Hi, and welcome to Online Calculus. It's great to have you guys. I just wanted to take a minute and walk you through our Moodle site and show you some of the important things you're going to want to be aware of. So the first thing is Remind. You'll see Remind instructions. If you haven't used it before, Remind is a free service that allows me to send notifications to you, and it comes through like a text message. It also gives you the ability to message back, and it just comes to me, not the whole class, and it'll come through as a text message. So that way we can communicate quicker. I will use that. It is one of our requirements this semester that you sign up for this. It's going to be a homework assignment. So to do that, you're going to get out your phone and pretend like you're going to send a text message. You're going to send it to the number 81010 right there. And then the message you're going to send is this part in red. So you're going to say at MVNU Calc on, it stands for Calc Online, but it's CALCOL. So no numbers, those are all letters. And if it asks you for your name, use your real name. It may not, because it might already know from your phone service somehow. But yeah, so go ahead and do that. If you cannot send or receive text messages, shoot me an email and let me know that, and I'll send you the instructions on how to log in via email. Being an online class, we probably won't use this a whole lot, but it is really helpful if I need to get a hold of you or if you need to get a hold of me. So go ahead and do that. Also, our class uses WebAssign for probably 98% of our homework. So you'll want to go here to the WebAssign instructions and go to webassign.net. If you haven't ever used it before, you're going to need to create an account. But other than that, this should step you through how to get enrolled in our WebAssign class. Again, those instructions are on Moodle. And then there's a couple other things here. There's a calendar and a syllabus, so I'll walk us through those here. The syllabus is a pretty standard syllabus. Nothing too exciting, but it does have my email address, where my office is located if you happen to be on or near campus. Our textbook is required. If you are a CCP student, it's already going to be purchased for you. If you are not a CCP student, you have some options. So this is just the standard bookstore option right here. Really, you just need the WebAssign access somehow. Everybody will have it free for 14 days starting today, but after that, you will need to have access to it, and you will not be able to do any of the homework assignments if you don't. There are two options. There's a semester-long option. If this is the only calculus class you're going to be taking here at MVNU, that's a good option for you. If you know you're going to be taking more than one calculus course at MVNU, you're going to want to do what's called lifetime of addition. That means as long as we use that addition, you're good. And we're going to be using that addition for your Calc 1, Calc 2, Calc 3 courses. So it saves you a lot of money if you're going to be taking more than one calc class to just go ahead and purchase that one. If you have any questions about that, let me know. I'll be happy to help you figure it out. Here's a bunch of course description, course objectives, and then a bunch of policies here. So if you have accommodations, this gives you the information on who to contact to make sure they send me a letter about those accommodations. That way you get to use those accommodations. Our attendance policy, it doesn't really affect the online classes. So you guys just need to participate every week. If you don't participate for the week, you're going to be absent. We take attendance once a week in online classes. So you're either present or not. Either way, you're responsible to review the material in Moodle and submit all of your work on time. If you do have some sort of extreme illness, like you're in the hospital and you literally can't do anything for an entire week, you have to contact me as soon as possible and provide that documentation so that I can excuse you for the week. All tests need to be completed on time. We've got a bunch of Title 6, 7, and 9 information on here. Basically, we try to create a really welcoming environment, and we do not discriminate, and we do not tolerate harassment. So if you feel like you have experienced any sort of discrimination or harassment, you can go here and report it. You can report it. You can stay, anonymous, or you can go through the process of reporting it and filing a report. Anyways, there's the information. Hopefully that doesn't happen and it's not an issue. Here's some course policies, like your tests and quizzes must be taken before the deadline. Respondus is going to be used in this course. If you have not used Respondus before, it's a lockdown browser and monitor that you'll use when you take your exams online. So we're going to have a practice test coming up that will allow you to check out your computer and see if it works. If not, we can figure out how to get that to work before our first test. WebAssign, that's where most of our homework is going to be, like I said earlier. If you complete all your work on time, you'll get full credit for it. If let's say you don't get to some of the problems, or you forget about an assignment, you can go into WebAssign and automatically request an extension, and that will give you 3 days to complete any of the problems in there for up to 50. You get 50% credit for whatever you complete. So there's that. Occasionally we'll have a worksheet. Those are in Moodle. I already talked about Remind. Last thing, this is how the grades are calculated in the grading scale. So we'll have comprehensive tests almost every week. Those are worth 65% of the grade. The good news is each test is worth less because we have so many of them. So if you have a bad test day, it's not a big deal. It's not going to hurt you as much as it would if we only had 5 big chapter tests like I used to. Homework, final exam, and the grading scale. So you can check that all out on your own time and let me know if you have any questions. The other thing that you saw on Moodle is our calendar. This tells you what you need to do each week for your homework. So for example, this first week, it's a short week. There's just a few things I've asked you to do. One is sign up for Remind. One is we're going to use Flipgrid for video discussion boards this time. And there's an introduce yourself board. I'll show you where that is on Moodle. Scavenger hunt quiz. That is just over the policies. It's open book, open syllabus, open whatever, and you can retake it as many times as you need to get a perfect score. So you'll see we have assignments due most weeks Monday, Wednesday, and Friday this week because we don't have a real test. Most weeks it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. So with work being due Monday, that gives you from after you take your test, most weeks you'll take a test on Thursday. That gives you Friday and the whole weekend to get it done, and Monday. Everything's due by midnight. So yeah, this is how it looks. Tells you what you need to do. If you have any questions about assignments, or if you don't understand something, please let me know. But this tells you everything for the whole semester when it's due. The only thing that's not on here is we'll do a couple discussion boards throughout the semester, not every week, but those will, I'll let you know when those are coming up. So there's that. Across the top here in Moodle, there's a lot of good things. So this is the general tab. PowerPoints. I have PowerPoints for every lesson. You can access those here, and you'll see I've got all of them in there, but I'll unhide them a week or so at a time. That way you won't be overwhelmed looking at all of them. Any handouts, we're going to review trig to start out with, so I have a unit circle there. Homework, that's only for any worksheets, so you have one worksheet coming up here, and you'll see there's only a handful of worksheets the whole semester. Videos, this is probably going to be one of the most helpful things for you. For each of those PowerPoints, I've created a video where I talk you through it and work out all the problems. They're a little bit long, like 15 to 20 minutes, so I'm sorry, but it's better than an hour. So anyways, I hope to redo those someday, but for now they work, and you can watch those videos, see the problems worked out, and all that good stuff. Class recordings. So I will post the recordings from the in-seat class, just in case you want to watch those. Sometimes we go over homework problems or things like that, so I'll go ahead and post those here for you guys in the class recording tab. Tests and quizzes, you'll see that's where I have your scavenger hunt and your Respondus practice test. And then the rest of those are old from previous semester, so you can't see those right now anyways on your Moodle site. Flipgrid, that's the video discussion board I mentioned. Here's instructions on how to get started. You can either just click there, or you can go to the website and enter this code. And then I've added our first week's discussion board. There's a link right to it here as well, so you could probably just click on that link also. And then later there'll be a final exam review here, but we're not even thinking about final exams at this point. So, this is probably way longer than I wanted it to be, but at least I've walked you through everything. So hopefully you watched this. I'll post announcements here, but they will also be sent to your email. So you will get this in your email, but you can always access it through this announcements tab as well. Let me know if you have any questions at all. Have a wonderful semester.